The street-legal Yamaha YZF-R9 is officially dead, ending over 2 decades of absolute 4-cylinder track dominance. But can a high-torque newcomer actually fill the boots of an immortal racing icon? Keep watching, and let's find out if the new Yamaha YZF-R9 is the perfect successor for the legendary Yamaha YZF-R9. The legendary YZF-R9 relies on a high-strung 599 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled inline-four engine. It is an uncompromising mechanical masterpiece built to thrive on pure high RPM abuse, pumping out 117 horsepower, way up at a staggering 14,500 RPM, and a peak torque of 61.7 Newton-meters at 10,500 RPM. While the R9 fundamentally shifts the battlefield. Nestled inside its chassis is the heavily optimized 890 cubic centimeters CP3 liquid-cooled inline-3 engine. It cranks out a nearly identical 117 horsepower, but it hits that peak much lower down at 10,000 revolutions per minute. The real shockwave? It slams down a massive 93 Newton-meters of linear crossplane torque at just 7,000 revolutions per minute. The winner for this category on paper? The Yamaha R9. Why? While the R6 demands you dance on the shifter to wake it up, the R9 gives you an explosive, instantaneous punch the exact millisecond you roll on the throttle. For usable real-world power and corner exits, the new triple leaves its older sibling searching for revs. Now, let's talk about how these bikes behave when you're in the saddle. The R6 is famous for its zero-compromise, ultra-aggressive racing geometry. With a towering 850mm seat height and low-slung clip-ons, it forces the rider into a committed front-loaded tuck, engineered solely to maximize front-end edge grip on a race circuit. The R9 drops the seat height down to a more accessible 831mm. Yamaha carefully narrowed the rear frame dimensions and repositioned the handlebars to offer a committed Supersport cockpit that crucially spares your wrists from severe fatigue during daily rides. The category goes to the Yamaha R9. Why? The R6 cockpit is an unforgiving place for weekend riders. The R9 manages to capture that fierce, locked-in sport posture without transforming your favorite canyon road or daily commute into a test of physical endurance. Okay guys, let's talk about stopping power. The late generation R6 borrowed its braking package directly from the R1 superbike, implementing dual 320mm front discs clamped down by standard Nissan 4-piston calipers. The 2026 R9 steps straight into the elite tier of modern stopping power. It runs dual 320mm front rotors, but pairs them up with factory-installed top-tier Brembo-style monoblock calipers, fed entirely through a high-end Brembo radial master cylinder and high-rigidity lines. The category goes to the Yamaha R9 cleanly. Why? The R6's setup offers brilliant track performance, but the inclusion of premium Brembo-style hardware on the standard R9 delivers a level of progressive initial bite, effortless lever pressure, and immense fade resistance that completely outclasses the older platform. Chassis engineering is where Yamaha built its legendary handling reputation, and both bikes approach this with distinct structural philosophies. The legacy R6 utilizes a race-honed aluminum delta box frame weighing in at 13.8 kilograms, paired with a lightweight magnesium subframe and a highly rigid classic double-sided swing arm to hold its total wet weight to a tight 190 kilograms. It rides on fully adjustable KYB front forks and a matching rear shock. The R9 combats this by introducing Yamaha's thinnest, lightest gravity-cast aluminum delta box frame ever featured on a Supersport model, weighing a standalone 9.7 kilograms. This extreme weight mitigation keeps the R9's total wet curb weight at a highly competitive 195 kilograms. It features fully adjustable, high-spec KYB inverted front forks and a matching KYB rear monoshock tuned for intuitive front-end feedback. The category goes to the Yamaha R6. Why? Even though the R9's frame sheds over 4 kilograms compared to the R6 structure, the R6's overall tighter wheelbase, lower total mass, and aggressive chassis geometry allow it to change direction with lightning-fast, almost telepathic speed. The R9 provides incredible, confidence-inspiring mid-corner stability, but it cannot completely hide the sharper, purebred track flickability of the original R6. R6 is just on a whole another level where R9 can't come close to. No music, no talk, just pure engine ear-gasmic sound. First, let's hear the 16,000 RPM sing of the old-school R6, then the raw, aggressive, bassy crossplane bark of the new R9 Triple. Listen to this. Now that's two completely different eras of speed. Which exhaust note gave you chills? Let me know below and tell me why this one is better than the other. Okay, let's move on and look at the actual contact footprint of each bike. Both sport bikes ride on 17-inch lightweight aluminum rims and utilize very similar tire dimensions, sharing an identical 120/70 front and 180/55 rear profile. The Legacy R6 traditionally rolled out of the showroom on older standard street rubber like the old Dunlop D214s. The 2026 Yamaha R9, however, comes factory-equipped with modern, premium Hypersport rubber, the Bridgestone Batlax Hypersport S22. The category goes to the Yamaha R9. Why? Both platforms utilize a 180-section rear tire, which is the absolute sweet spot for mid-tier sport bike agility and quick side-to-side transitions. But the R9 takes the crown because its stock Bridgestone S22 rubber features advanced multi-compound technology. It warms up significantly faster in cold or damp conditions, provides much better edge grip at deep lean angles, and has a carcass structure specially optimized by Yamaha testers to maximize contact feel through the R9's ultra-thin delta box frame. It gives you a massive grip advantage right off the showroom floor. It just gives you more confidence at leaning the bike to get rid of chicken strips. Now, on the electronics front, the generational gap is massive! Let's look at the tech loadout. The Legacy R6 brings an old-school analog needle, a tiny monochrome screen, basic 6-mode traction control, and a first-generation upshift-only quick shifter. The new R9 is a complete different story, packing a high-def 5-inch full-color TFT display, a MotoGP-derived 6-axis IMU, 9-mode lean-sensitive traction control, slide control, lift management, engine brake control, cornering ABS, and a third-generation bi-directional quick shifter for clutchless downshifts. The Yamaha R9 completely dominates the electronics battle. Why? Because the R6 is completely blind to corners, while the R9 sees everything. Look at how that translates when you hit the gas. The R6 relies entirely on basic 2D sensors that only check wheel speed. It has zero idea if you are standing upright or dragged low on your knee. If your rear tire slips while leaned over, the R6 bluntly cuts power to save you, which violently upsets the bike mid-turn. The R9 uses its 3D 6-axis IMU to measure pitch, roll, and yaw 100 times per second. Because the computer knows your exact lean angle, the traction control predicts wheel spin before it even happens, smoothing out the power delivery seamlessly. And while the R6 dashboard leaves you guessing, the R9's dedicated track mode strips away highway clutter to show your lap timer and live electronic intervention readouts right when you need them. The R6 forces you to rely purely on wrist control and luck. The R9 uses raw processing power to act like an invisible racing coach, letting you safely drop all 93 Newton meters of torque right at the apex of a corner. If it's a game, the R9 is like riding the pro version of the bike, and the R6 is like playing the free raw version of the bike. What about acceleration, efficiency, and straight line speed? The Yamaha R6 carries a 17-liter fuel tank, but is notoriously thirsty when revved hard on track, averaging around 15 kilometers per liter. Pin the throttle, and it will dispatch the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour sprint in roughly 3.3 seconds, continuing on to an unrestricted top speed of around 260 kilometers per hour. The 2026 Yamaha R9 carries a smaller 14-liter fuel tank, but manages significantly better fuel efficiency out of the modern CP3 motor, averaging roughly 20 kilometers per liter to maintain a similar total range. Drop your gears and it rocket launches from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in an insane 3.1 seconds, hitting a top speed of around 265 kilometers per hour. The Yamaha R9 takes the win here. Why? The numbers speak for themselves. The massive torque advantage gives the R9 a clear edge off the line, while modern engine efficiency allows it to match the R6's total range despite carrying less fuel. Now for the bottom line, and the numbers show an insane market split. Since the R6 is out of production, finding a clean second-hand street model requires navigating inflated enthusiast pricing. In the US, a late model used R6 runs $9,000 to $11,000, while the new R9 hits showrooms at $12,499. In the UK, a used R6 commands £8,500 to over £10,500, while the fresh R9 starts at £12,504. And right here in the Philippines, rare second-hand R6 units fetch an inflated 550,000 pesos to 700,000 pesos, compared to the brand new R9 at an SRP of 899,000 pesos. The category winner for value? The Yamaha R9. Why? While a used R6 is cheaper up front, a brand new R9 gives you a full factory warranty, zero hidden mechanical wear, and an active dealer support network that an older out-of-production bike simply cannot match. So, can the R9 truly fill the shoes of the legendary R6? If your definition of a Supersport is a high-strung, uncompromising track instrument that demands to be revved to the absolute moon, the R6 remains an immortal masterpiece. But if you want a devastatingly fast, torque-rich modern weapon with elite safety systems and real-world usability, the R9 doesn't just fill the R6's shoes, it completely changes the entire game. Drop a comment below and let me know. Are you staying with the classic inline-four of Team Old School, or moving forward with the triple-cylinder future of Team R9? I'll be pinned in the comment section down below, replying to the best takes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help Rimrush push toward our 1,000 subscriber milestone, and I'll see you in the next battle.